good one here between the Colorado Rockies and the Atlanta Braves. Ronald Acuna will try to write his name in history books and break the single-season home run record. Next. Cole Hamels gets the call for Game 1 of the series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, how good has this guy been up to this point? In a day and age where guys and teams are scoring lots of runs, to have an ERA sub-2, that's saying something. Hopefully, we're going to see more of the same from this guy, one of the top pitchers in all the league.
Stepping into the box, Chris Owings. He'll get us started in this one under the lights. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. First of 4 here to start the weekend as the game's first pitch is taken, and it's strike one. Well, boys, these Braves, as they take the field here tonight, all you can really say is they've been on one heck of a run.
Matty, this is the best team in baseball right now. Just a double-digit winning streak that, I mean, maybe happens to 2 or 3 teams a year you get this hot. This team is rocking in all facets right now, and they're a fun watch.
Fouled away.
Well, somebody's sitting off speed right here. Only way he was late on that heater is he was expecting another changeup.
Ripped on the ground to first. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there's your first out of the ball game. And a chance now to check out the visiting Colorado Rockies. Who's the one to watch, Dan?
Yeah, keep an eye on Charlie Blackmon. He was the catalyst for this ball club last month. He had an on-base percentage of over 400. And when you're doing that, you're really helping your team.
And that'll bring in Garrett Hampson. As Hamels will jump ahead of him, it's 0-1. He'll enter play here with an average just over 250. 6 home runs and 46 driven in. Try to bunt his way on base here, but this will roll foul. Hampson is a guy that has a lot of speed, no doubt about that. And while that's certainly a weapon for him offensively, it could be argued that it benefits him just as much on the defensive side of the ball, given the position he plays.
And not only just speed, but first step quickness speed. He's able to track balls down that other guys cannot get to. And sometimes that's half the equation.
Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Made pretty quick work of him right there, setting him down on only 4 pitches. And what I liked about all of those pitches, what they were down around the knees or lower. Pretty hard to do any kind of damage when pitches are located in that spot.
And that'll bring in Nolan Arenado. As Hamels will jump ahead of him, it's 0-1. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Chased a low ball there, and he's quickly down in the count 0-2. And on 0-2, he misses with a fastball. And set up behind the plate is Kenny Jansen as you see the rest of the umpiring crew there.
Hey, the book on Kenny Jansen, D-Roll.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. 1-2-3 go the Rockies. And now the Braves will get their initial shot here. No score. Kyle Freeland, the native of Colorado, gets the start on the mound. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, Matt, we're getting a look at a guy that's really been struggling lately. In his last 3 starts, he has a whip of over 1.50. Lots of base runners, lots of hits, and lots of walks, and that doesn't add up to very good performances. So he's going to look to turn things around in this one here today.
Into the box now, Cody Sullivan. First shot for him here as he enters play, currently leading the senior circuit in batting.
What a season this guy's having. He leads the league in on-base percentage, so he's mixing in some hits. He's also drawing some walks. A great combo. Any way you slice it, this guy knows how to get on base.
Well, boys, we take a look at the Rockies starting play here tonight. And he turns this one around high and deep to center field. And, oh, he missed a home run by a matter of feet. It's off the wall. And the Braves have something going right away. It's a leadoff double.
Batting second, the first baseman, Charlie Culberson.
At the plate now, Charlie Culberson. Oh, that's well hit. Deep center field. And that'll get down out there for extra bases. He pulls into second safely as they jump ahead with a run scoring on the play.
Every manager and every pitcher in the league loves to play with an early lead, and they've got one here. Back-to-back doubles put them up by a run with the opportunity to stretch the lead here with another dangerous hitter set to step up.
So coming to the plate, Chipper Jones. He's currently 4th in the National League RBI race with a chance to add to that total here.
Yeah, and he's right up there in the top 5 in slugging as well.
Throws in time, and that's out number 1. And time now to take a look at how these Braves are lined up in this one. Thoughts, Dan? Who stands out?
Well, I'll keep an eye on the leadoff guy and see what he can do in this one. He was driving in runs like crazy last month. And when you watch how he swings and how he goes about it, you're not at all surprised. I'm looking for him to generate a lot of offense in this one.
Stepping in now, Andrew Jones, as he'll take a look at ball 1. As he enters this one with an absurdly high batting average. Definitely one of the most dangerous hitters in the league these days. Ready with the 1-0. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Desmond is there to put it away for out number 2. And in the end, the tag appears to have been a bluff. He's back to second. Into the box now, Ronald Acuna. And now the Braves look to put more across the plate in this opening frame. Here's the first pitch to him. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. So far this season with runners in scoring position, Acuna brings in a batting line above the 450 mark. Do not sleep on his at-bats, folks.
You want to talk about having a career season, Matty. This guy's batting average is through the roof, one of the best in the...
And the throw is in time to get him to retire the side. Braves pick up a run on the RBI double. We'll head to the top of the second. It's now 1-0 Atlanta. Leading off the inning, Charlie Blackmon, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Number 19, Charlie Blackmon.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
Well, we all know he's going to get strikeouts when he's on the mound. It's kind of his thing. The key for the offense is to actually make them work for him. So that 3-pitch see you later isn't going to help very much.
David Dahl stands in as he looks at ball 1 here. 1 out, nobody on. And this winds up inside for a ball. 2-0 now. Here's a weakly hit fly ball off to the left side. And the Rockies are into the hit column. There's their first base knock.
Hey, there's a case of a jam sandwich right there. Not that bad of a pitch, but he's able to just be strong enough to loop that one into left field.
Dan, sometimes a jam sandwich tastes much better than a rocket right at somebody.
Into the box, Ian Desmond, as the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Lofted in the air out to right field. Acuna giving chase. He can't make the play as it hops over the wall, and that's a break for the defense as it's going to keep the runner from first from scoring.
Just a great approach at the plate right there. Takes that pitch on the outer half and goes with it. He clearly hit it well because it bounced right over the wall for a ground rule double.
Here's Ryan McMahon now as he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1. Dahl at third. Desmond is over at second with one down in the inning. 1-1 to the Rockies' first baseman. A ball and 2 strikes, the count to Ryan McMahon. Hit to third. There to take it is Chipper. And that's the second out.
Batting it, the catcher, number 14, Tony.
So stepping in, Tony Walters, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. 0-1 the count. Ready with the 0-1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Well, you can see he's coming right at this guy, just pounding the ball in the strike zone. He certainly has the advantage now.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. 2 left for Colorado. They're down 1-0. And that'll bring in the former top prospect, Ozzie Albies. He carries the 8th best batting average in the National League entering play.
What a powerhouse season, in the top 10 in home runs and runs batted in. He's also one of the most feared hitters in all of baseball.
Now, oh my, this ball is crushed. Look at it go. Gone. Ozzie Albies has just clubbed a milestone home run of sorts. It's the 100th of his career.
Well, obviously, it's not easy hitting home runs, Matt, especially at this level. 100 home runs is nothing to scoff at, so I'm sure he'll be proud of this accomplishment when he gets to really think about it after a game, and you know he'll want that ball to hold on to.
So now to the plate, Gary Sheffield. As he lines it out to center. And that is down, as that could be 2 bases. Around first, digging for 2. And they'll keep it going here as he's in with a double.
Even though that pitcher was able to execute in off the plate, the batter was able to keep his hands inside that baseball and drive it up the middle.
And next will be Dansby Swanson digging in. And here's a ball hit in the air. But this will wind up being a foul ball. That average for him up in the 360s now. 6 home runs, 27 driven in. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball 1. Now a slider in on the hands, and he's lucky that one didn't come and get him.
Well, giving up hits is one thing, but judging by that last pitch, he doesn't have any consistency with his release point right now. He doesn't know where it's going, and he knows it.
Swing and a ball hit out toward right center. Catch made out there in right center as the runner will tag from second. And he'll make it up to third safely here with 1 away.
So here's how the Colorado Rockies are positioned defensively. And let's take a look at outfielder David Dahl, another guy who profiles not only in center field but can cover both corners. Speed is his game, and he's only going to continue to get better.
To the plate now, Cole Hamels, as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. A ball and a strike.
That's just too much velocity upstairs to get good wood on it. It's going to have to lower his sights.
The 1-1 home. Hops this one up. Owings onto the grass. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning.
The catcher, number 14, Cody Sullivan.
Stepping in for the Braves, Cody Sullivan. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Well, he got a good pitch to hit last time up. Looked for it up in the zone and didn't miss it. Those are the pitches you only get maybe once in AB, maybe once a game, maybe once a week. So he certainly capitalized on it last time.
Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0.
Hey, you want to talk about being in a zone? This guy's been raking lately, and it all starts with his pitch selection. 2 great takes, and he's almost daring the pitcher just go ahead and challenge him.
Base hit into right center. In to score is the runner from third. It's a 3-0 game as he arrives at second without a play, as a run will score on the play as well.
You know, that's sort of a tough one since it's only the second inning, but I think it's about knowing your pitcher and how they respond. He's had some struggles here, so I think he's just reminding him to let those go and focus on the next batter.
Standing in now, Charlie Culberson. Skied into straightaway right. Blackman will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We've played 2 full. Braves lead this one 3-0.
Welcome back to Truist Park, home of the Braves, who have proven to have one of the best pitching staffs in baseball this year. Coming into the day, they rank first in the league in both ERA and strikeouts, a combination that has opposing lineups searching for answers. One member of the staff told me, "It's a special group of guys. I've never been on a pitching staff that's so dominant top to bottom, and I've been on some pretty good ones." Now, one of the hitters on the team told me, "I'm relieved I get to stand behind them and play defense instead of staring them down in the box. That can't be fun." Matt, back to you.
All right, Heidi, thank you. And now a pitch on the way. Kyle Freeland is at the plate now as he looks at strike 1. On the season, Freeland is carrying a slugging percentage under .350. Needless to say, he's not a big extra base hitter home run guy right here. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2. And not much of an effort there as he'll look at strike 3 called, and on 3 pitches he's your first out of the inning. So in just 1 turn through the lineup, that's already 5 strikeouts for him here in the contest. And as we call on our team leaderboard, you can see that his current total 4th best on this Braves squad. Leadoff man set down, and here's Chris Owings. Lays off 1-0. A ball and a strike to Colorado's leadoff batter. The 1-1. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Popped him up. Culberson moving to his left. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. Now in the box, Garrett Hampson. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Here's the first pitch to him. Back up the middle and in for a base hit.
Wow, I'm shocked he even pulled the trigger on that pitch. He might have been fooled right there, but he was able to keep his hands back and scramble a good pitch for a base hit.
Here's Nolan Arenado as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1. 0 for 1 here in the early going. A A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
The count doesn't mean much to this batter. He's all in. He's not concerned with striking out, so he's going to get it.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Center fielder going back, and that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. So a 2-run shot to left center, number 36 on the year for him. And the Rocks have made this a 3-2 game.
Well, they were a lot more comfortable up 3 than they are now, only up by 1. That just goes to show you 1 pitch, 1 2-run shot, and the entire complexion of the game can change just like that.
Here's Charlie Blackmon now, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Swung on, and this one's driven in the air as well to deep right field. Gone. They've tied the game on back-to-back home runs. A solo shot here to straightaway right field, leaving him 1 shy of 200 for his career, as the Rockies have drawn even now at 3-3. David Dahl to the plate now, as he'll pop this one foul off to the left and out of play. A base hit in his first trip. The windup and the 0-1. 3 runs already home here. Now a changeup, but it misses just a little below the zone.
Well, that's a smart miss there. Sometimes guys will chase it down there, especially when they're in protect mode on an 0-2 count.
Long run for the center fielder. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. So 2 home runs in the inning lead to 3 runs on the scoreboard. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3, and we are all tied at 3 apiece. Bottom of the inning now, and next will be the switch-hitting third baseman, Chipper Jones.
The third baseman, Chipper Jones.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
Nope, that's the ball. Count 1-0.
Now the 1-0. Here's a high pop-up. Walters has a play. 1 out. So with 1 gone in the inning, we'll take a look at where these guys sit in the standings, and I think they can pretty much start to think about next year because they are well back in the division race. So 1 away here with the bases empty, and here comes Andrew. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Line to short, but gobbled up there, and there are 2 away.
The bat, the right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Standing in, Ronald Acuna. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First delivery to him on the way. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Gone! Solo shot here to left, so he creeps ever closer to triple digits as they take the lead 4-3. Ball's jumping in this one. That's the 4th to leave the yard so far.
Matty V, this is just one of those days where the ball seems to be flying, D-Row. The hitter's on point. The pitchers aren't making very good pitches.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's all about executing pitches, and they're not doing it today. They're leaving a lot of balls over the heart of the plate. And this offense, both offenses are taking advantage.
So up steps Ozzie Albies as he'll send a ground ball down to third. That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game.
Well, pitching poorly once like he did in his last start, it's going to happen here or there, but he's struggling here again too, and there has to be some concern. And part of it is probably psychological. He's got to get those here we go again thoughts out of his head.
Into the box now, Gary Sheffield. Oh, this is hit high and deep out to left. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. One for the Braves in the inning, and it comes courtesy of the long ball. We played 3 full, 4-3 Atlanta. Start of the 4th upcoming, but first, Heidi Watney is standing by with a report.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Rockies skipper Bud Black between innings, specifically about his club's offensive output to this point. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. They've been able to push across 3 runs to this point, but they've also made the opposition work extremely hard. He's thrown a lot of pitches, and they think they're going to have a good opportunity to push across a lot more runs as he tires or as they get into that bullpen.
Thank you, Heidi.
Leading off for the Rockies.
All set for the start of the 4th, and the next to dig in will be the outfielder Ian Desmond. And Hamels takes something off to start the at-bat, and it pays off. It's 0-1. Now a fastball gets the upper part of the zone for strike 2. Swing and a miss as he couldn't connect on the 2-seamer, and that's out number 1.
Nice 2-seam fastball there. You don't usually see a lot of swings and misses with that pitch unless it's really moving. So that one must have had some real good late life.
Stepping in now, Ryan McMahon. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Ball 1 as the changeup misses well off the inside. The 1-1. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Runs coming fast and furious here. 4-3 our score as we play the 4th. He fouls it straight back, and whoa, that almost landed in our booth.
Hey, last 2 pitches back-to-back off speed, then he's late on the fastball. He could pretty much do anything he wants right here on the mound.
And he struck him out.
Well, you can tell by their approach that they're going to go up there and try to be aggressive off this guy, but he's taking full advantage of that. He's pounding the zone with strikes, and right now we're seeing a lot of swings and misses and a lot of strikeouts and no walks either.
That'll bring up Tony Walters as he'll take a changeup here for strike 1. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors in the ballgame for the Rockies thus far. Down the first baseline. The 1-2. Popped him up. Swanson is there for it. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for Colorado. Still down a run. It's 4-3. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and stepping up as the shortstop, Dansby Swanson. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Well, it's been a rough one so far. 4 runs through 3 innings. It's about time to get that pitch count down, or he won't be out here very long.
Lined hard toward right center. He takes the turn and heads for second. And a high bounce will take it over the outfield wall, and he kicks off the inning with a ground rule double.
Well, that will bring a smile to a manager's face every single time. first hitter of the inning just squares it up and bounces it over the fence. Even if it stays in the yard, that's a double either way.
In now, Cole Hamels. Now a bunt attempt here. Throw on to first in time, one away.
The catcher, number 14, Cody Sullivan.
Digging in the switch hitter, Cody Sullivan, already 2 for 2. He'll look to add on right here. First pitch on its way. Hot shot on the ground is short, fielded by Owings, and there are 2 away now.
The first baseman, number 8, Charlie Culberson.
Settling in now, Charlie Culberson, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. Definitely had the distance, but it winds up a foul ball. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Line towards center field. And that's in there. Base hit. Swanson rounds the corner and is headed home. He will score. And it's now 5-3.
Now batting, the third baseman, Chipper Jones.
So now to the plate, Chipper Jones. Late swing, but he's still able to get a lot of this one out toward deep right field. And this one is gone. A home run. A 2-run shot off the bat of Chipper Jones. And his power surge continues, and even 60 for him on the year, as it is now 7-3. Here comes manager Bud Black out of the dugout heading for the mound. And we're going to see a pitching change, as that's going to do it for his starter here tonight. So he'll make a beeline for the showers, I'm sure, as he's going to want to put this awful night behind him as quickly as possible. Wade Davis answers the call from the pen here in the 4th, as they didn't get the outing they were hoping for from their starter.
Wade Davis. The center fielder, number 25.
To the plate now, Andrew Jones, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Swing and a miss by Andrew as he was shooting for the downs there. It's 0-2. And the pitch. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. We played 4. It's the Braves 7 and the Rockies 3. Daniel Murphy will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Colorado, number 9, Daniel Murphy.
A called strike to the 35-year-old veteran. 0-1. The average sitting at 297 here to start things out. 5 homers and 36 RBIs. Even on 0-2, a dangerous count for Daniel Murphy.
I get it. He wants to see this guy's repertoire, but Now he's behind in the count. Puts himself in a tough spot to hit.
And he struck him out. Good pitch there as he registers his 8th punch out of the ball game.
This is what a power pitcher will do to you if he executes his pitches. That was a 3-pitch strikeout. And with the kind of stuff that he has, it's not uncommon for him to absolutely dominate certain guys.
Here's Chris Owings now, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Sharp ground ball to third. Throw on to first, and Hamels has retired the first 2 in the inning.
The batter, number 1.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and up steps Garrett Hampson to bat. First delivery to him on the way. This ball's hit in the air down the right side and out of play. 0-1. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors in the ballgame for the Rockies thus far. Strike 2. And he couldn't get him to chase the 0-2 fastball. It's 1-2. Liner towards second, but right there is the second baseman, and that will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Rockies. Deficit holds at 4. It's 7-3. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, I had a chance to discuss the Braves offense with their manager Brian Snitker during the commercial break. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. 8 of their hits have gone for extra bases. So they're not only putting the ball in play and getting on base, they are doing so with authority. And that has this dugout feeling awfully good about themselves, guys.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Yency Almonte, the 6'5" right-hander, takes over on the mound.
Yency Almonte.
Acuna digs in now. He'll start things out in the home half of inning number 5.
And that last at-bat when he went deep, he turned around a pretty good fastball. So I'm kind of thinking this guy's a good fastball hitter. So I might want to move that ball up and down and in and out and try not to throw it right down the middle of the plate.
Liner toward right center. And that falls in for a solid base hit, his 2nd of the night. So he continues to hit the ball well, his 2nd hit of the ball game, and he's aboard on the leadoff single as we take a look at the league leaders in hitting. And as you see there, he's sitting in 2nd place in the National League in that department. Into the box, Ozzie Albies. As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Now a ball hit hard towards center, and that'll get down for a base hit. And they've really got something going here. Runners at 2nd and 3rd to start the inning.
The left fielder, number 10, Gary Sheffield.
Into the box now, Gary Sheffield, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. A couple of men in scoring position here with none down. The bouncer to the left side. A throw to the plate, and he's out at the plate as they cut him down trying to score.
Sort of a daring move there going to the plate, but it didn't pay off. It was hit softly, but it gets scooped up quickly and fired home on target. Ideally, you want to go home like that on a ball that's hit beyond the pitcher's mound.
Standing in, Dansby Swanson. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. First offering on its way.
1-0.
Runners are at 1st and 2nd with 1 away. takes this the other way to right. Blackman is there, 2 down.
Now batting, the pitcher, Joel Hamels.
Now at the plate, Paul Hamels, and we'll see what he can do here with a pair of runners on base and 2 gone here in the 5th. Here's the first pitch to him. Line drive to center field. That's in there. Base hit. And the run is in to score from second. It's an 8-3 ball game. So these guys have now scored in each of the first 5 innings. And in case you're wondering how often a team scores at least 1 run every inning, our crack staff tells us it's happened 7 times in the National League, most recently by the Rockies in 1999. At the plate now, Cody Sullivan. He jumps on this one. It's high and deep to center. And off the batter's eye for a home run. An impressive shot to dead center field. So a 3-run blast to deep center here. Unbelievably, his 80th of the season as they've widened this lead to 8 now. Gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. In now, Charlie Culberson. A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. And how about that right out of the bullpen? A ground ball on 1 pitch, and the inning is over. So they score 4 times on 4 hits here. No errors, and no one left on base. 5 innings complete. The Braves on top, 11-3. New inning set to get underway, and set to go is the third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Hey, in the last at-bat when he hit that home run on an off-speed pitch, he didn't really crush it, but he certainly hit it well enough to drive it out of the ballpark.
First pitch on its way. Way inside with that one. A pretty easy take there. This one's down to third. And that'll get by into left field, so he's on to lead off the inning. So it's a ground ball single to left for him here, his second hit tonight. And as you can see there on the team leaderboard, he's currently tops on the ball club in that department as we approach the final month of the season. And that'll bring in Charlie Blackman as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Rising fastball, and it catches the zone for a strike.
I'm absolutely shocked he took that pitch right there. Right in the wheelhouse, low 90s heater. That's one you gotta let go on.
Nobody out, runner on first. Count still at 1-2. Throw over to the bag, and he'll be back in standing up. hit hard to third. Over to Albies. On to first, and they turn the double play.
Now back.
Really good pitch from the pitcher right there. Down in the zone, hits on top of it, induces the ground ball double play.
So base is empty now after the double play, and that'll bring up the outfielder, David Dahl. First pitch of the at-bat. And there's the fastball by Hamels, good for strike one. Into the corner and slicing foul. 2 out, nobody on. And he's got himself another one as he picks up strikeout number 9 here, and the side is retired. Nothing doing for the Rockies, and it's not going to help them. It's 11-3. Bottom of the 6th inning now, and standing in is the veteran third baseman, Chipper Jones.
Yeah, in his last at-bat, he hit a changeup out for a home run, so it'll be interesting this AB to see if they give him a steady diet of fastballs.
Here's the first pitch to him. There's the cut fastball, but it's low, 1-0. Shaw was known as a short relief specialist, a guy who came in, got 1 or 2 big outs, but with the new pace of play rules, they're forcing a change for this right-hander. The 1-0. Now a swing at a ball popped in the air back behind short. There's Owings to make the play, and that's the first down.
The center fielder, number 25, Andrew.
Digging in to try it again, Andrew Jones. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. And that gets down and ought to be good for extra bases. On his way to third is Jones. And he is in there with a 1-out triple. And as you see right there, that'll push his hitting streak yet another game as he has been on fire this month. And here's Ronald Acuna Jr. now. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone. Hit hard to short. Owings with a slide to first. And the tag gets him, but they do play to run on the play.
Wow, that was a great job to rob him of an RBI single. Showed some great athleticism, and it winds up being an RBI groundout instead.
Stepping up now, Ozzie Albies. His numbers against Brian Shaw, he's 0 for 5. First offering on its way. Started to offer at it as an appeal goes down to Jerry Hillsdale at third, but Jerry says he held up. It's ball 1. 1-0 delivery. Line drive to left. Another base hit. How about the game he's putting together? Now 4 for 4 in this one. So that knock keeps the bottom of the 6th inning hot.
Boy, talk about having a day, Debro. He gets his 4th knock of the game, but mixed in with one of those 4 was a round tripper. Not a bad day.
Yeah, you have 5, maybe a handful of games that you can throw out 4 knocks throughout the course of the year.
Oh, and this kicks right off of him. Albies ignores his coach. He's chugging for home. The tag, and he's in there as they extend their lead even further.
Wow, that's a baker's dozen. 13 runs right there, and they can't do anything wrong at the plate. I'm no expert, but I would have to bet that the manager would love to save some of those runs for the next game. Regardless, there's some happy men in that dugout.
Dansby Swanson lining up to hit, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Weak grounder back to the mound. Throw in time, and the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We're through 6 full. The Braves lead it 13-3. At the plate, Ian Desmond. He'll lead it off here against Cole Hamels.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
Hey, there's an old saying in baseball, you need to take a strike in this spot. Well, he got one there. Now he just needs to find a way to get on.
Swing and a liner. Foul. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. And a fastball swung on and hit to second. Albies scoops it up, and the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Not a lot you can do with that pitch. That fastball just ate him up inside and gets the soft grounder for the out.
Stepping into the box, Ryan McMahon. He went down on strikes last time up. Here's the first pitch to him. Fly ball out toward left center field. Left fielder giving chase. He makes the running play. 2 down.
The catcher, number 14, Tony Walter.
Now at the plate, Tony Walters. He struck out and flied out. 0 for 2 so far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Late on that one as it's fouled off to the left side. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Got him to go after that one, and he's in a quick hold. 0-2.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's his windup. I don't know if it's just flat stuff. But he's getting a lot of swings outside the zone, and he's having a big game.
Line drive to center field. And Andrew will just get in front of this one, a base hit. So at the very least, that 2-out base hit will prevent the pitcher's spot from leading off the next inning.
Now batting, the pitcher.
I know the score's out of hand right here, but I've never met a big league ball player that's going to give away an at-bat in any game ever. Nice piece of hitting right there, staying within yourself and grabbing you a knock.
Raimel Tapia.
Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Now a swing and a ball popped in the air back behind short. Swanson will put this one away, and the side is retired.
7th inning, Durant.
Jake McGee enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is.
51, Jake McGee.
Tyler Flowers is going to grab a bat now and hit for the pitcher, Hamels. And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. That average pushing up near 350 now. 10 home runs, and he's driven in 24. The 0-1 pitch. Hit hard towards the hole. And that'll just sneak past his outstretched arm, a base hit.
The batter, the catcher, Cody Sullivan.
So now to the plate, Cody Sullivan. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. 3 for 4 so far and seeing it well in this ball game. Oh, and 1 count and the pitch.
And think about it. In game 1 of this series, they've already had to go deep into their bullpen. This could affect them for the rest of the weekend if they don't get really good starting pitching.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Popped him up. Walters waits on it. And that's the first out of the inning.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
Now to the plate, Charlie Culberson. 2 hits in 4 attempts to this point. He's set and the pitch. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
Take a look at this right here. He didn't get jumpy and try and pull it down the left field line. Stayed in there, fought hard, and grinded out a nice knock the other way.
At the plate, Chipper Jones, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1 for 4 day. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Check swing, no swing, says the home plate umpire. Ball 2. Runners are at second and third with 1 down. Hit hard up the middle. Gets dirty and gloves it. The throw. And it's in time to get him. But 1 run is in to score on the play.
The center fielder, number 25, Andrew Jones.
Digging in, Andrew Jones. He made it to third on a triple in his previous appearance. He's ready. Here's the first offering. In the air, out to right. After it is Blackman. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. Braves will settle for just the 1. 8th inning coming up. Braves lead this one 14-3. Luke Jackson has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 77, Luke.
Ready to begin the 8th, and stepping in as the veteran shortstop, Chris Owings.
Leading off for Colorado, the shortstop.
First delivery to him on the way.
Owings.
And here's a fastball called for strike 1. Drilled on the ground to short. Swanson scoops it up. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
Now batting, number 1.
So striding forward now, Garrett Hampson. He lined out in his last trip, so looking for better fortunes here. Off the plate and away there, 1 ball, no strikes. Just a bit high with the fastball, but didn't get the call. 1 out, nobody on. Fouled off. Two and two.
2-2.
Pretty well struck high and deep to left field. A ball that's carrying, but he can't get it as it's off the wall. Around second now, and they still haven't flagged this one down. And he will make it all the way to third now as that mistake proves a costly one indeed.
Yeah, and you can see he was looking for a fastball all the way, and he jumps all over it, pulling it hard. And the second he dropped the bat, he was looking to stretch this thing as far as he could. Mission accomplished as he stands on third.
Standing in now, Nolan Arenado, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. A couple of RBIs for him already, and a chance for more here. And he might have another one as this is hit high and deep out to left. It'll die on the warning track as the catch is made, and here comes the runner from third. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third.
The right fielder, number 19, Charlie Blackman.
Digging in now, Charlie Blackman. He was a double play victim last time around.
He doesn't have to worry about that in this situation, Matty. No one on base right now. Try and get something up so you can drive the baseball.
Time to be aggressive with these hitters now. After that sac fly, now it's time to try to get out of this inning with only one run scored.
Blackman behind, no balls and 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on. Not fooled there as this ball's hammered out to deep right field. Now this will rattle up against the wall. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
That was a great job of driving that ball, extending his arms very well, was able to get it over the right fielder's head, one hopping it off the wall for an easy double. That's one of those solid hits that you don't even feel coming off the bat.
And that'll bring up the speedy outfielder David Dahl. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Line hard, but this will be a foul ball. From the belt, the pitch, a swing and a miss on a ball way outside the strike zone, and the inning is over. Rockies forced to settle for 1. Home half of the 8th straight. Bottom of inning number 8 set to go, and that'll bring up the always dangerous Ronald Acuna Jr. From the stretch. And a check swing. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. It's ball 1. The 1-0.
Hey!
High fly ball out to straightaway center. There to take it is Desmond, and that's the first out.
The batter, number 1, second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
Coming to the plate now, Ozzie Albies. He scored after reaching on a single in his last time up. First pitch on its way. Hot shot on the ground is short. Owings is there. Throw in the dirt to first, and he can't come up with it cleanly.
Man, this is a perfect summary of how the game has gone for him. They haven't been able to hit, catch, or throw all game long. In fact, they should just throw a 10 over this thing because this has become a three-ring circus.
From the belt, kicks and deals. Gary Sheffield comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. From the belt, kicks and deals. On the ground is short. This could be two. One there. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Braves go down quietly, but not to fear as they hold a commanding lead. In now, Ian Desmond starting things for his side in the ninth as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the ninth inning gets underway.
Want to remind you folks that coming up after the ball game, comprehensive highlights from the contest tonight as we look back on all the action right here on the show.
Chris Martin answers the call from dugout as he'll try to record the final 2 outs of this one. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Ryan McMahon comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike one. And he fouls this one off. Martin typically throws a lot of strikes coming in out of the bullpen, resulting in low walk totals, although he has been snake bitten by the home run ball at times in the past.
One of the keys for this guy, Matt, is not being afraid to attack the strike zone. With that said, he is prone to giving up the home runs. I think one of the cause of that, Matty B, he leaves a lot of pitches up in the strike zone. He needs to be down in the zone when he's effective.
And this ball's in the air to left field, and this should do it. He brings it in, and the Braves will add one more to their winning streak as this ball game is over.
And this amazing streak just keeps rolling and rolling along. They've now tied the 2002 Oakland A's with 20 wins in a row, and they're capturing the attention of the entire baseball world.
14-4 is the way this one ends. Atlanta led this game from the third inning on and never wavered. Paul Hamels wins his 23rd of the year. Kyle Freeland allowed 7 earned runs to cross the plate in the losing effort. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.
Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 56 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.